The ground is shaking and swelling at Mauna Loa, the largest active volcano in the world, indicating that it could erupt. Scientists say they don't expect that to happen right away, but officials on the Big Island of Hawaii are telling residents to be prepared in case it does erupt soon. Hawaii volcanoes like Mauna Loa tend not to have explosive eruptions like Mount St. Helens in Washington state. That's because Hawaii's volcanoes have magma that's hotter, drier, and more fluid, and doesn't trap as much gas. Here are some things to know about the volcano. It is one of 5 volcanoes that together make up the Big Island. It's not the tallest, that title goes to Mauna Kea, but it's the largest and makes up about half of the island's land mass. It sits immediately north of Kilauea Volcano, which is currently erupting from its summit crater. Kilauea is well known for a 2018 eruption that destroyed 700 homes and sent rivers of lava spreading across farms and into the ocean. Mauna Loa last erupted 38 years ago in 1984. In written history, dating to 1843, it's erupted 33 times. The Big Island is mostly rural and is home to cattle ranches, coffee farms, and beach resorts. It's about 200 miles south of Oahu. Mauna Loa's eruptions differ from Kilauea's in part because it is taller. Its greater height gives it steeper slopes, which allow lava to rush down its hillsides faster than Kilauea's. Its enormous size may allow it to store more magma, leading to larger lava flows when an eruption occurs. Frank Trisdell, research geologist at the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, said, "Data indicates that Mauna Loa has a much larger magma reservoir than Kilauea, which may allow it to hold more lava and rest longer between eruptions than Kilauea. I would say that right now the signs are pointing to the influx of magma into the volcano. Mauna Loa is not a dead volcano. The recent seismicity is reflective of the ingress of magma into the reservoir," Trisdell told HPR. "We're looking at a reawakening of Mauna Loa, although an eruption is not imminent." When asked whether he would be more surprised if Mauna Loa erupted this year or if it went another 2 decades without erupting, Trisdell said either scenario could be equally likely at this point in time. Scientists won't know until the eruption begins. Each eruption since 1843 started at the summit. Half the time, the volcano later also began erupting from vents at lower elevations. The other half of the time it only erupted in the summit caldera. Scientists can't tell far in advance when and where Mauna Loa will open new vents and erupt. Vents generally form along the volcano's rift zone. That's where the mountain is splitting apart. The rock is cracked and relatively weak, and it's easier for magma to emerge. An eruption from vents on the southwest rift zone could hit residential communities, coffee farms, or coastal villages on the west side of the island. Lava could reach homes in just hours or days. The west side's most populous town would be protected from any Mauna Loa eruption by the presence of another active volcano. The broad flanks of that volcano, Hualalai, sit between Mauna Loa's southwest rift zone and Kailua Kona and would block any lava heading toward the coastal community. An eruption from the northeast rift zone could send lava toward the county seat of Hilo or other towns in East Hawaii. It could take lava weeks or months to reach populated areas on this side of the mountain. Scott Rowland, a geologist at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, said there's no pattern when it comes to where an eruption will occur. Just because the last one was on the northeast rift zone does not mean the next one will be down the southwest rift zone, he said. Hawaii volcanoes like Mauna Loa tend not to have explosion eruptions like this. That's because their magma is hotter, drier, and more fluid, said Hannah Dieterich, a research geophysicist at the U.S. Geological Survey's Alaska Volcano Observatory. The magma in Mount St. Helens tends to be stickier and traps more gas, making it much more likely to explode when it rises. The gas in the magma of Hawaii's volcanoes tends to escape, and so lava flows down the side of their mountains when they erupt. Hawaii's volcanoes are called shield volcanoes because successive lava flows over hundreds of thousands of years build broad mountains that resemble the shape of a warrior's shield. Shield volcanoes are also found in California and Idaho, as well as Iceland and the Galapagos Islands. Alaska's Wrangell St. Elias National Park has 8 shield volcanoes, including Mount Wrangell. Volcanoes like Mount St. Helens are called composite or stratovolcanoes. Their steep, conical slopes are built by the eruption of viscous lava flows and rock, ash, and gas. Japan's Mount Fuji is another example of a composite volcano.